made him a goddamn henchman for Poison Ivy. He put a trench coat on and a goddamn hat with his luchador mask on and sit there and just fucking took orders from everybody. And it was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It pissed me off.
Yeah. Fucking
I was
stupid.
so excited for Bane.
Hello, movie fans. Welcome to Critics Be Like, where we talk movies all day. If you like what you see here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Today, we're going to be talking about the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin movies, Schumacher's films.
Schumacher.
Hoochie, tell me, what in the fuck was Schumacher thinking where it was so important to him to talk about Batman nipples?
I don't know, man.
Why the fuck does he need nipples on those batsuits? So fucking bad. It was a fucking dispute. The studio didn't want it, but he's like, no, we need nipples on that batsuit.
I guess to make the women all hot and heavy? I don't know.
That's what I'm assuming, because there's a bunch. He's also very interested in Batman's junk area, his dick area,
cod piece,
and his ass.
Yeah.
Which Val Kilmer does have a great ass.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
You like Val Kilmer's ass as well. I'm not just the only one who thinks that.
It's
a
very
nice
fine.
ass.
I
wanted to smack it. That's getting a little weird. Hoochie, this is the only thing why I think he wanted. He's like, it's my vision. It's my vision to have nipples on the batsuit because that's his body. That's his true body. So we need nipples because what do real bodies have? Nipples.
Yeah,
you know.
I get that, but I mean, there's no point to it.
Yeah,
and furthermore, there's no point to nipples on men anyway.
It's a weird vision he had that he just needed nipples on the bastard. I will say in this one, he doesn't focus in on it. We'll get to Batman and Robin later. We're talking about both Schumacher films where he focuses in on it pretty hardcore.
Yeah, quite even on Alicia Silverstone.
Hers aren't so much nipples, those are cones.
Yeah, but there's some nip in there.
Yeah, we won't waste too much time on that though. Hoochie, I don't know if we're on the same page or not. Let's talk about Val Kilmer's performance as Batman and Batman Forever.
Okay, you want me to go first?
Yes, sir. That's why I asked you the question.
Val Kilmer's his take on Batman and Bruce Wayne, both excellent. It could possibly be one of the very best Batman performances that I've seen. I think he nailed both of them. You know, I'm still a Christian Bale guy, you know, but I think out of the 90s films, I'm going to put him above Burton too. Or
Keaton?
Michael Keaton. I'm kind of pissed off at the fact that he didn't
play Batman. Sign on for Batman Robin.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was just really good. He was like, his detective work was great. His face was stone cold. He felt more like Batman than any of the other ones, in my opinion, from the 90s.
From the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. And we don't know why Val Kilmer didn't sign on to Batman Robin. We probably should have done some research on that. Maybe you could let us know in the comments. I'll say this. To me, Michael Keaton's the best Batman that we've had. To me, Christian Bale's the best Bruce Wayne. But for Val Kilmer, he's got the best balance.
He had a balance,
he did both very, very, very well.
Batman, in many ways, is just Batman. He doesn't think of himself as Bruce Wayne. And I think Val Kilmer struck that balance really well. Like, he felt like he was Batman the entire time, even when he was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and for some reason, I'm going back in Hollywood history right here. For some reason, when Michael Keaton was done portraying Batman, his career kind of went downhill after that until he came back in 2015 with Birdman. Mm-hmm. Then Val Kilmer, well, he has lung cancer now, but or throat cancer. His career started going downhill too after he was finished with Batman.
True.
It's like, it's all these people that play all these superheroes, all these heroes, vigilantes. I'm sorry. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? Like, their careers just go downhill after they... It's like people can't take their eye... Like, oh, that's Batman. I can't see him in anything else. When Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer are two of the most talented actors ever.
Right, but maybe in the 90s, that's not the case now. People starting playing superheroes now are just like blowing up.
Well, yeah. It's a whole different ballpark right now. I will say this. I think Val Kilmer is the best... Other than Nicole Kidman. We'll get to her later.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Kidman.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But Val Kilmer...
Swing.
Val Kilmer is the best part of this movie, and I do wish, with a different director for Batman and Robin, I wish Schumacher would have left, and another director took over. But I wish we would have saw more of Val Kilmer. It was probably his choice because he was supposedly an asshole. That's probably why.
Schumacher?
No, Val Kilmer was apparently an asshole on set and stuff. I don't know during this movie, but I know in other movies he wasn't considered an asshole. Hard to work with. But the script and the campy tone, paying homage to Adam West is what hurts him from being the best Batman, I think, because those one-liners are just fucking awful.
Holy rusted metal, Batman! Huh? The ground, it's all metal, it's full of holes, you know? Holy!
Oh. Except for the part where Robin, he gets on and he's like, holy rusted metal, Batman. And then Kilmer was like, what? He's like, metal. It's all holy and rusted. That was genius.
I grew up with the Adam West Batman too, so I like the Adam West Batmans. It had its time. I don't want to see that shit anymore.
I get that, but that was like that one small reference, and I enjoyed
the whole movie's like that,
The whole movie was campy, but that directly reference the 60s Batman series, and I love that. Oh, and at the end, whenever they're running in front of the bat signal, that's a great homage.
Yeah,
to
there's some
Adam West and Burt Ward.
And just his new Batsuit at the end, the Batmobile. I noticed a difference from the Keaton's and Burton's Batman. I like that. I like the rims, dude. I thought that shit was dope.
The rims and the glowing blue on the engine and stuff. Like, I thought that was. I like that better than the Keaton Batmobile too.
How you feel about Robin in this movie?
I like Robin.
You like Robin? Do you love Robin?
I didn't love Robin, but I like him, and I would love. I mean, I would like to see Robin in the new Batman films that's coming out in like 5 days. I thought Robin was a really interesting character. Like, he's Dick Grayson with the Flying Graysons, and his parents die at the hands of TwoFace.
That's all from the comics, right? Except for the TwoFace?
I don't know if it's TwoFace that killed his parents. Parents did die, though.
But they were a circus act.
Yes, they were a circus act. Can't remember if TwoFace actually killed his parents.
I'm assuming not. I feel like TwoFace came in later, right?
I think he was just... Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
But I liked the whole Batman and Robin dynamic, and I thought Chris O'Donnell was a weird choice because he looked like a grown fucking man playing a teenage boy.
That was the 90s, though. They always cast people who were in their mid-20s playing, like, I don't know how old he's supposed to be in this movie. 16, 15,
I think
17?
Well, young enough to where Bruce Wayne had to take him in.
Yeah.
He didn't have anywhere to go. So, I mean, it had to be under 18.
His suit's awesome,
Old
too.
enough to drive, I guess.
Yeah, his suit's awesome, too.
Yeah, his suit was pretty awesome. And I really liked how when he started, he was in his just Flying Graysons, like, and it was another homage to the 60s and 70s, you know, with that yellow and the red and all that stuff. That was a cool callback. I like all that. Yeah, that was really cool. And I thought his story was really good. Was it executed perfectly? No.
It's a little rushed at the end.
Yeah, it was.
They played too much, I think, into Batman not accepting him, and then when Batman gets in a rut, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're Robin now."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
It was a little fast.
But I get it. If they would have done anything else, it would have slowed the movie down. That movie was going for a fast pace. Hey, you're here for fun and entertainment, and it delivers on that. I do believe.
People don't like Robin, but he really is a good balance for Batman.
You could do him right. Like I believe in Batman Forever. They did him right. I think everybody was on board with that Robin after Batman Forever. I think where people went off the board, which we'll get to later, is Batman and Robin, where he's just an annoying little whiny little bitch.
Yeah,
most of that movie.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we both like Robin.
But okay, we'll get to that.
No, go ahead.
Okay,
we're going with Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
we'll get to that later. Okay.
Right.
Now you know the original choice for Robin, who's close to playing it.
No,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That would have been amazing.
I hate that because Leonardo DiCaprio, we would not have
ruined his career. That's true.
Yeah, after Batman and Robin, Batman and Robin and Titanic came out the same year.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have took Batman. You had to sign on as Batman and Robin and say goodbye to Titanic. Yeah.
So I'm happy to get that there. But he would be a good Robin.
Maybe.
Under the right direction.
I want to see him as Two-Face, which brings me to TwoFace. Because
Okay,
I think he would be a great Two-Face.
He would.
I think he would, he'd be the perfect choice to play, Two-Face in a new version. How do you feel about Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face?
Tommy Lee Jones did a good job as Two-Face. It was insane. He was over the top insane. Like, just almost like too psychotic.
It's almost like Joel Schumacher wanted Joker to be the villain of that movie, but they're like, dude, we just did Joker with Jack Nicholson. We're keeping most of the same cast members. We forgot about that. We'll get into that too. But yeah, like they want to be like Cesar Romero type Joker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying, that's what he wanted to do, was Batman, Adam West's Batman back in the 60s.
The only thing that movie was missing, and Batman and Robin, was onomatopoeias. You know, where
what the hell did you just say?
Onomatopoeias.
What's that?
It's like
onomatopoeias.
Onomatopoeias. It's wherever they punch him and it goes bang, pow, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that was keeping that from being a full-on 60s Batman movie. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they didn't do a great job with these villains at all, I don't think. I mean, they're fun and entertaining. I think Tommy Lee Jones is on fire in this movie. I think he is fucking fun and awesome. He's just not Two-Face at all. And why the fuck is his face purple? It's a cool look, but it's purple.
It's purple, and, you know, I mean, he got hit with acid, so just like...
Well, turn your face purple.
That acid might have.
Really? It does that. It
dyes your face. Possibly, whatever. In Schumacher's world,
any scientist in the comments section,
it shouldn't be purple. I don't like the fact it was purple, but, like, if you look at the Batman animated series, it was blue on one side. You know, so, I mean, it's not like they can't really market a movie for kids and show them totally disfigured, just like, you know... like they did in future versions of the movie with Two-Face, we'll get to later in a different video. That scene where they splash his face with acid, I found that to be one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie because Batman in full bat suit is sitting in a fucking courtroom and he just jumps up. I was rolling.
That Schumacher, clearly that was him trying to get depth out of the character, because that's the only time Harvey Dent shows any good. Harvey Dent's supposed to have a good side and a bad side. Right. And all of Schumacher's villains, other than Mr. Freeze in a way, are all one-note freaking villains.
Very one-note.
One note. There's, like, Two-Face should have been good at some points and should have been bad at some points. And say he's a good bad and a bad bad.
Yeah.
Like, there's no signs of good.
I still love that they did have Salvatore Maroni throw the acid in his face. That was awesome.
Okay, there. Yeah, so they must have paid attention to the comic books a little bit, because I
think
just felt like Schumacher did
Schumacher
not give a shit about the comic books.
Actually, if you read Schumacher, was a huge comic book fan.
Okay, so good thing I didn't bring that up. Okay, yes, the Riddler, Ace Ventura as the Riddler. How do you feel about that? I love Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's one of my favorite actors of all time. I think he's one of the most talented actors of all time, and it's not his fault. Tommy Lee Jones, not his fault. It's Schumacher's fault and the studio's fault, trying to sell toys and make it more campy and entertaining for the little kids. Because they gave no depth to these characters, and they told Jim Carrey, hey, he's the hot thing right now. He needs to play the Riddler, and hey, but do your Jim Carrey stuff for us.
You summed your feelings up.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But it just bothers me because I love Jim Carrey. And I feel like if you gave Jim Carrey a chance back in the day and just let him do what he wanted to probably truly do with that character instead of doing his old shtick, I think he would have been a fantastic fucking Riddler.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just look at the movie, was it number 23?
A terrible movie. That's a Schumacher movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah. Anyway,
but
he was pretty dark
movie.
in that movie.
Yeah, he's good in that movie.
You know, if he would have channeled that into the fucking...
Yeah.
No, Riddler.
Carrey, his talent outside comedy, he's through the roof, man. I'm telling you. Watch his drama work.
Yeah, I didn't really care for Jim Carrey as a Riddler. He was funny. I mean, if you look at it from the perspective of Ace Ventura, yeah, it was pretty funny. He just had some cheesy stuff, and you know, it was weird.
It was just his Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura skit.
He had some David Bowie vibes there for a while with the pink hair and all that stuff. Like that was.
Yeah, I like his look. I love that look. Like that's all good. Just give. I didn't want a comedic version of the Riddler. Basically, just all like
want a more
physical
type.
Yeah, I didn't want a physical comedy type of Riddler, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
And what's up with the brainwaves? Is that a thing?
I don't think it's a thing.
Like what is he trying to... And it doesn't even mess up the person. They're normal right after the brainwave.
It's just stealing their thoughts.
Okay, but you would think that they would lose their thoughts then, but they keep their thoughts.
Yeah, I guess it's just like a copy, like a data transfer into the Riddler. They're using it like a drug at one point, which is really weird.
Yeah, it was a drug. That's a goofy look. Again, for kids, I think this movie would be perfect. But they do have Nicole Kidman.
Actually, my son watched it with me. He liked it.
Yeah, they do. That's awesome. Nicole Kidman is the most sexy, gorgeous woman I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah.
And she is promiscuous in this movie.
Very promiscuous.
Very promiscuous.
I would almost say she was a whore.
For some reason, they don't bring her back.
Yeah.
She would have been great. I would love to have seen Nicole Kidman.
With Jennifer Garner.
No. We're going to be moving on to Batman and Robin right now, Hoochie.
Nips again!
Batman and Robin, Hoochie. Batman and Robin. Nipples again!
More nipples!
More nipples! Nipples all over the freaking place.
Even more prominent nipples.
And more bat dicks and Robin dicks and bat ass and Robin ass and we get Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah?
Who, how you feel about Batgirl? Wasted.
Yeah.
Like,
it could have been better, yeah.
Am I wrong? In the comics, Batgirl is Jim Gordon's daughter.
Barbara Gordon, yes.
Okay.
And she eventually becomes Oracle, and this whole thing, they fucked that up because... Okay, are we on Alicia Silverstone here for a second? Okay, so she comes in as Batgirl, right? She's coming from England, they say. Mm-hmm. No accent. Nothing whatsoever. She's like straight from freaking the Midwest or something like that. There's no way. Yeah. They fucked that up. Like, you cut her out of the movie. You don't need it.
Yeah, look, I'm a Alicia Silverstone fan. You could tell she didn't have much range, though. She was perfect for Clueless. She's not a good Batgirl. No. Again, it might not be her fault. I mean, she was there for Pretty Face. She was the it girl at the moment. Yeah, everybody thought she was going to be the next big thing. Unfortunately, she wasn't. Probably because of this fucking movie right here. That's about as much time I want to spend on Batgirl, though.
Yeah.
But she was a very pretty lady, too.
They did show her nips.
Kind of. They were cones.
Yeah, they were cones.
She had cone titties.
Cones with nips.
Cone titties, Hoochie. Cone titties, I like.
Uma Thurman.
Poison Ivy. Sexy, sexy, sexy performance. She was probably the best part of this movie.
Yeah, she was, she was pretty good, but just a little over the top. In my opinion.
But it works. I think she's good at pulling off the over the top.
Yes.
Way better than Mr. Freeze. I like the way she becomes Poison Ivy. They'll pull Poison Ivy character. All these Batman characters, like so she gets sucked in by all this poison. They're superheroes, basically. Not superheroes, but they have superpowers.
Yeah, she basically became
a metahuman. She should have been dead.
She became a metahuman.
Just like Michelle Pfeiffer from Bat Returns. Cat's biter, she turns into a cat.
She was not a werecat. Okay, but Poison Ivy was a metahuman after all those toxins got into her body. Okay. Pretty much.
Okay, is that a thing?
Yeah, metahumans are a thing in the DC universe.
Oh, okay. So, but they don't go into that. They don't explain that.
They don't explain it in this movie. She was
just a normal, weird, kind of a loser type of character that falls into poison or whatever she fell into, potion, and she becomes and she absorbs it all in. She could just kill people. But I do think she was the best part of this movie. I think she gives the best performance. Let's address the what's the word I'm looking for? Address the elephant in the room. George Clooney as Batman.
George Clooney as Batman, I thought was not very good at all. But I'm going to admit something right now, here on camera. I was watching Batman and Robin again today before we filmed this video, just to freshen up. And I sat there and I shed a couple tears whenever George Clooney and Alfred were sitting there.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I was crying, man. Because that's his dad, basically. You know, and when he was dying and stuff, Michael Gough gave a great performance as Alfred in that movie. Yeah, that was just...
It was fantastic. The best Alfred, I think.
Yes,
out
sure.
Out of the original series.
Yeah.
I think, he was... Yeah,
anyway,
he was great.
George Clooney really brought it there. But as Batman, no.
Again, not his fault. This is all Schumacher's fucking fault.
Right.
Schumacher should not have directed these movies. George Clooney, I'm sure, probably wanted to do something different than just be George fucking Clooney in the movie. Because he's basically George Clooney. If you notice when he talks to people, he's like, oh, that's a great idea, Robin. Like, he's got fucking,
swagger.
Yeah. Well, he's got swagger.
Yeah.
Look, we all see why George Clooney became George Clooney.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a handsome man.
He's a handsome man. He's got talent. He's very charismatic. But as Batman, he did literally nothing to differentiate himself from Batman.
Yeah.
Or from Bruce Wayne to Batman. Like, it's just him talking to George Clooney the whole time. Robin.
No different from Batman Forever. Oh, he was being a bitch, but okay.
I feel like this is when people are like, I don't want Robin in my movies anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was an asshole and he was a bitch.
Yeah.
What they should have done...
A horn dog.
Yeah, a horn dog for sure. And he's a teenage boy.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he's a 30-year-old man, as a teenage boy. But what they should have done with this, Robin eventually became Nightwing because he hates Batman. And he wanted to go off on his own, be his own superhero. They could have went with that arc, but they totally turned him into a little fucking bitch. Anyway, that's how I feel about Robin.
Yeah, fuck Robin in this movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Freeze, chill out, chill first, chill.
Hell, freeze.
I feel like if this movie was rated R, Schumacher would wrote a line, or whoever wrote the movie would be like, "Hey, say this instead. I want to fuck your ice." Like every little line had ice in it, or chill, freeze. You freeze. That's a burning hell. You freeze. We love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. He's a great charismatic guy. One of the greatest box office action stars of all time. He does not have the depth to play Mr. Freeze.
All of that aside, the heart and soul of that movie to me was Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah.
And his, and his wife Nora. He loves his wife. He's gonna do whatever he can to save her and all that stuff. Excellent. Executed poorly. And that's how I feel about Mr. Freeze in that movie.
Yeah. Outside of his dialogue and Schwarzenegger's performance, the guy I love Schwarzenegger, is just the They need to go with the Mr. Freeze character. Like, I want to see Mr. Freeze brought back into a Batman movie. Just have an actor with depth play him.
Yeah.
And I love the look of him. That's fantastic. Great toys and all that.
Yeah.
His makeup was great. Another thing I want to point out in these Schumacher films, we're almost done. Gotham City look was not a huge fan. Interesting look though.
Yeah.
He put work into it. The set design and all that was great. I thought it was very interesting. It was improvement, not improvement. It was his version of Gotham. Like, I prefer Burton's, I prefer Nolan's. His is just a little too. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. There's a bunch of like bronze men like all over the place, like muscular men.
I got to get this out though before we end this video because I got to address Bane in this movie.
Oh, yeah,
I fucking hate what they did with Bane in this movie, and I'm gonna get a little angry here because they took one of the most fucking iconic characters from my childhood, turned him into a fucking idiot, and basically just made him a goddamn henchman for Poison Ivy. He put a trench coat on and a goddamn hat with his luchador mask on and sit there and just fucking took orders from everybody, and it was fucking stupid. It pissed me off.
Yeah. Fucking stupid.
I was so excited for Bane, and they fucking ruined him.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, it really pissed me off. And
I even forgot about him.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about him. He's so forgettable. He's just a whole character that has nothing going on. And then you see Dark Knight Rises, you're like, oh, okay, that's Bane. Because if you don't read the comics, you're like, Bane, why is Bane so cool to all these people?
Yeah.
Well, you see Dark Knight Rises, like, oh, okay.
I get it. Bane's a fucking great complex character. Yeah. But in the 90s, he was just a fucking idiot.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I have a plate of spaghetti over here with my sexy little green thing going over. He's like, spaghetti. Yeah. You know? Yeah. We appreciate you watching. Have a good time.
Peace.